Most of us know what it's like when our minds just won't settle, when our thoughts are racing and our attention is going from one thing to another, and we can feel like we're everywhere except right here. Within the tradition of Kriya Yoga, meditation is not about forcing the mind to stop. It's about training attention and refining awareness so that the mind, or what is referred to within yoga as the citta, can rest in its own stillness. Meditation in Kriya Yoga is both a practice and a process. At first, meditation is about being able to cultivate one-pointed concentration. And to do this, the meditator uses an object such as the breath or mantra or the inner sound. Then, with time, this effort to concentrate on a single object of focus gives way to the experience of absorption, where awareness becomes absorbed in that object. Now, meditation is not about escape. The goal is not to escape, but rather to facilitate a process of purification and of clarification. Because a mind that is not clouded by distraction becomes transparent. And this transparency reveals presence. Meditation works because attention shapes our experience. Where the mind settles, that's where energy flows. So if our minds are scattered, with our attention being directed this way and that, then our energy is scattered. But if our minds are steady, then our energy is integrated. Within the tradition of Kriya Yoga, the emphasis is on focus without strain. It's not about suppression. It's about facilitating a process of purification so as to refine attention and refine awareness. One of the simplest but most profound tools for directing our focus is the breath. Within the Kriya Yoga tradition, the practice of extending the exhalation so that it is twice as long as the inhalation, or almost twice as long as the inhalation, allows us to calm the nervous system. But breathing in this way doesn't just relax the body. It also calms the movements in the mind, steadying the mind and allowing us then to internalize our attention. Over time, the process of breathing itself becomes less mechanical and more subtle, and this in turn allows us to deepen our inward focus. Meditation can also be supported by a sound. Mantra, which is a word or a word phrase, can be used as a point of focus, an anchor which prevents distraction and the mind becoming scattered. Omkar can also be used, which is the inner resonance or vibration of Om. And Om is often referred to as being the sound of consciousness itself, or indeed as being the seed of creation. And so by listening inwardly to the sound of Om, meditation moves from being a practice of effort to one of effortlessness. And so there's a moving, a shift away from doing to being. At first, meditation can feel like we're practicing concentration, where we're having to bring back our attention again and again and again. But as attention steadies, there are moments when effort dissolves and we find ourselves absorbed, peaceful, quiet, present, and whole. This is what Kriya Yoga points to, not some exotic trance, but to an experience of mind which rests in its own clarity. Every time we sit to meditate, we're not just relaxing, we are facilitating a process of refinement, where our old patterns of restlessness lose their grip, and where emotional residues which we have held on to clear out, so that the mind becomes a clearer mirror for awareness. Within Kriya Yoga, meditation is at the heart of transformation. Because when the mind or the citta changes, life changes. In this video, we introduced meditation within the Kriya Yoga tradition, talking about the breath and mantra and the movement from concentrated effort to effortless absorption. Now, if you'd like to explore these foundations more deeply, there are several playlists available on this channel which provide practical insight. There's a playlist on the breath, on mantra and meditation, on samadhi, and a few others. And I'll provide links to these playlists in the description below. And of course, continue to follow this series as we build step by step a fuller understanding of the Kriya Yoga path. Take care.